Hey fam, welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things Teslas, particularly Tesla Model Ys. Today I'm here at a brand new Tesla facility in the New York area. Now this facility opened just a mere 2 weeks ago, and when I came, the lot was filled with Teslas. There wasn't an empty space here, and 95% of the cars that I saw were Tesla Model Ys. But as you can see, it's not even a full 2 weeks later, and now about 2/3 of them are gone. The lot is empty. However, I found that they have an overflow lot just a mere 10 minutes from here that are going to use to refill this lot. So I'm going to take you over and show you the most black Tesla Model Ys, brand new out of the factory, you have ever seen, shy of Giga Shanghai. Alright fam, so here we are. A sea of black Tesla Model Ys. They vary from 19-inch Gemini wheels to 20-inch induction wheel models. But aside from that, they are identical. I have yet to see one with a white interior. And in October of this year, Tesla raised the price $500 for the black colorway, making it one of the most expensive options to choose, which I chose when I bought mine way back in March. There you got a glimpse of it. But I'm looking out over this lot, and all of these cars, the new ones, are Model Ys. Every single one. I'm looking for another, and I'm trying to count. I'm trying to give you guys a count. But it looks like there are about 180, maybe 200 cars here. And here's a nice example with the induction wheels, black interior. Like I said, I've not seen one with a white interior. And let's check this out. Let's get some information on it. So this one looks like it's going to be one of the ones that's ready to be brought over to the center, the Tesla Center. It already has its registration, so it's registered through to next year. So definitely they're planning to put this out. Now you can look here, when you look at the VIN, the letter right next to the P designates where this Tesla was born. And this one, the A, signifies Austin. So this is an Austin build. And let's take a look at the build quality of the Austin build. Let's look at the panels. Let's look at our panels. Gaps are nice. And see, the only disjoint is not a disjoint in panel or anything like that. It's that weather stripping that's on every single Model Y. So your eye will be drawn to it, but when you look at it, you'll see that it's weather stripping. And look at the paint quality on this. This is hardware for anything built, from May, June on. They have the hardware for. Now, I had once read that there are only 2 cameras, forward-firing cameras, in hardware 4 cars, but that looks like 3 to me up there. And now let's look at this one that's right next to it with the Gemini wheels. And let's compare. Just build. Let's look at the gaps. Let's see where it comes from. Let's see where this one was born. Alright, this one's getting ready too, and there you go. So this is also an Austin build. And again, look, so I prefer the 20-inch for the visual, but for those people who really want the long distance, you get an additional 12 to 15 miles of range with these Geminis. And look at the paint quality, guys. So this is a walk around of the most black Tesla Model Ys you will ever see. And we've just had a nice heavy rain shower for the past 2 days, and I mean heavy. So you see no condensation in any of these cars. I'm trying to get, yeah, it's about 200. I'm trying to count these out. But you see no condensation in any of these cars where there's water incursion. There's no, usually you'll see condensation on the inside of a car when there is a failure of the weatherproofing seals, or the headlights and tail lights aren't fixed properly to it. You're going to see water build up or some type of condensation going on. And look at this paint quality, guys. I want you to judge for yourself. Just look for yourself. This requires no commentary. So for all the naysayers who think that the build quality on these are poor to horrendous, you can look for yourself. And then as far as that lot, it goes right to the end. So it's about 200 of these. About 200 or so. Alright, so let me see if all of these come from, alright, now this has its QR code on it. So let's take a look at it. This is a Fremont build. This is a Fremont build. And let's compare and see. And so this is this wheel arch. This is what I'm not too crazy about the 19-inch rims. 20s are better on a Tesla. And look, inset date, just built 11/20/23, 11/20/23. So these are all brand new cars. This definitely needs to, they need to finish prepping it and put the aero wheel covers back on. You can see it still has the travel dirt and everything on it, but still, let's look at them. Panel gaps, clean. I'll let you guys look for yourselves. Paint quality, take a look. And this is out in the open on a sunny day, and these are black. So pressing the headlights here, and these side cameras, I like to check them. Initially I was telling people, because everybody was worried about the hardware and things falling off of it, those are things that you need to check. But look, you saw the headlights, you saw the rearward firing cameras, and now here are the tail lights and the side marker lights and the panel gaps for the hatch. And literally these lines are clean, and the only thing that is disjointed on to the eye is that weather stripping that on all of them comes. It's not the trim. The trim is lined up perfectly. This is weather stripping that goes around and allows the water to run off and not into the shut lines of the car. And let's see where this one is going. Let's take a look. Like I said, right after the P, and this is the Fremont build. So they have a mix here of Austin and Fremont builds side by side, and you would be hard pressed to find the difference in build quality between any of them. Looks like Tesla has addressed that whole issue and knows that they have a, the #1 selling car in the world, and they want to make it as bulletproof as possible. Now here's the rear white whale. Here's Moby Dick, but that's a trade-in. And I could see it from the very beginning. It didn't have the LED headlights, and then there was a big sticker there. And this one, incept date, there you go, 11/23. It's an Austin build. Standard Gemini. Now, here's the kicker, and I was hoping that you would be into the video for this long. These cars, the ones that you see with the Gemini wheels, they are coming in with about a $2,000 to $3,000 reduction off of MSRP, which was already good. And some of these with the induction wheels are $1,000 off, and I found some that are $5,000 off MSRP. So, if you're interested in buying a new car, consider a Tesla. And if you want to test drive one first, if you've never driven one before, I suggest you do it. And look how new this one is. This one, they haven't even removed the plastic off of the seats, the steering wheel, and the center console. It still has its protective coverings on there. Again, checking the headlights. Nice. Seated nice. And there's just a lovely uniformity of build between the Fremont and the Austin builds. They're identical. And this one needs a wash. This one definitely has road dust from transportation on it and rain spots from drying on it, yet the paint still looks good. Again, shut lines are perfect. So guys, the problems that they had with this car in 2020 when they first introduced it, 2021, look for yourselves. I've been trying to do a walk around of as many of these as possible without doing it ad nauseum. And look, they look so good. Triple black on this car. Black rims, black paint, black interior. It's just a nice, sinister looking car. And I don't understand the polarization on the styling, because they don't look like anything else save for Porsche Panameras. They don't look like anything else on the road. And when it's at night and the tail lights and the headlights are shining, there's no other car that looks like it. You can definitely discern them. And I understand that people who don't like it, I understand. But nonetheless, I find them to be beautiful, well-designed cars. And these black ones, it's my favorite color because that's the one I chose. But it just looks like a bull shark, even without the carbon fiber spoiler that I have that comes standard on the Model Y Performance variants. And here is a rare gray car, but it's not a Model Y at all. It is a Model X Plaid. Let's see what they have with a yoke steering wheel. Now, I love the black interior that Tesla does with their vegan leather. But on the Plaid variants, if you choose white, the piping on it is contrasted. It's a contrasting color. And here on the black, there's none. And I think that's a little bit of a detractor. I really do like the pop of that contrasting look, and it has an upscale look. And now let me show you something. Every single Model X that I've seen prior to being built in November, these handles do not line up. And I thought that was, a production flaw. I could overlook it, because the complexity of the Falcon doors, but still, it's a look. You driving a $130,000 vehicle, and the door handles don't line up, and it's got great big panel gaps. But it looks like they've not only addressed the door, but the panel gaps, the shut lines here on the hatch. It used to be a significant crescendo. It wasn't a straight, even line, but I think that's a design. But the gap between one side and the other on the shut part used to be huge. So let's do the pinky nail test. And there they have. Oh, let me get it. Oh, there you go. And there you have it. So, and look, no water incursion. And I love this color. But you see this wheel arch here, this eyebrow arch? Even on September builds, I used to see a disjointed, they didn't line up. Let's see on the other side, perfect. The Model X is perfect. The door handle lining up. So they've addressed that issue. Now I can't say the same thing for the Model S's, right? But definitely the Model Y's build quality has, as far as panel gaps, panel gap issue has been nullified. And here in the X, I have to say, they've done a remarkable job, because for years, even people complaining about it for years, they weren't fleet-footed in their response. They were clay-footed in their response. But yeah, so that Model X Plaid looked good. Looked good. So, guys, let's take a look. So this one, again, looks like a majority of these, everything that I've been seeing, when I do see a window sticker, and they never affix these to the window, so that when you get this, you actually get this in your packet when you purchase your car. It's never stuck to the windshield like that, because most of the time you special order the car. They don't mar it that way, and you've got to, some dealer using a razor blade to etch off the window sticker. But now we can see that this one was built. Let me get it. This one was built. Yeah, this is another November build. Another November build. Again, with the black, which is an upcharge now of more, it's $500 more than it was when I purchased mine. And it has the sinister looking induction wheels, so triple black, looking good. Alright guys, so if you have stuck around in this video for this long, and there's mine, 9 months old, over 9,000 miles, it has cost me $360 in charging costs. And of that $360, $200 and almost $60 of it was supercharging. So over 78, almost 80% of it was done when I took it on long road trips, just to test to see if it was going to take too long to travel in a Tesla, because that was my next thing. Because I was not one of the initiated. I did come to this car with a great degree of skepticism. I wasn't a total fan of the minimalist design or anything like that, and I wanted to see all the issues that I had read about, and I bought it really for the performance of it, because I wanted something that went 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Oh, this is another Moby Dick, but immediately I saw that it wasn't the LED headlights, and then I saw the sensor and I knew, no, this is a used car, traded, mixed in with the new ones. Because all the new ones they have here, they're almost exclusively bringing Model Ys in. And as you saw, I've walked up and down this lot of over 200 cars. So the other cars in there brings the total up to 200. But those other cars are the trade-in cars that I've seen. And they vary in types. They are older Teslas that I guess people have, traded up. Here's an Austin build. but for the most part, they are not for sale by Tesla. It's like Tesla's only selling these, particularly this one, they're only going to be selling these Model Is. And I guess they know what side their bread is buttered on. And here's the kicker. Guys, these cars are $1,000 to $5,000 off. Go to the Tesla website, put in Model Y existing inventory and search black. You should see about 60 or so cars as they get them ready. So 60 or so cars at a time, maybe 70 in a 200-mile radius of the New York area. But if you want to, if you're out of that range but you want one of these cars, definitely this is the place to come to. If they're in New York, they've got them, and they're thousands of dollars cheaper. And if you purchase this car in New York and you're from New York, you get the $500 point of sale credit on it. You also get the $7,500 tax credit on every single one of these cars. So that's $8,000 right there that you're going to realize. And if you're not ready to pull the trigger and you don't do this until after the 1st, that's even going to be bigger for you, because on the Model Ys, the tax credit from the Biden administration is going to be at the point of sale. So that's going to mean that these cars are going to be $8,000 less than what's on the website at the point of sale. So when you plunk down your deposit, definitely, guys, you're getting a car that's cheaper now than the average American car, which is the average car that Americans are buying, which is $48,000. And if you are serious about this and serious about buying one of these cars, if you hit the subscribe button and hit me up in the comment section, I will send you a referral code before you order, and with your purchase you will get 3 months free of full self-driving. Now they're not going to then charge you, they're going to ask you if you want that or it will end, but you will get the full self-driving experience. And that is $200 a month to get that. And if you wanted full self-driving, it's between $12,000 and $15,000. Tesla changes that price. It's on a sliding scale, but that's a $12,000 to $15,000 thing that you buy for the lifetime for the car. And for those who don't buy it, it's a $200 a month subscription charge. So for 3 months, that's a $600 benefit to you. So if you're interested, you want to buy one of these cars, and black is definitely an awesome color, it's going to look great, definitely hit me up and I will do that for you. Now, the other thing about these cars, not only is there $1,000 to $5,000 off, but they come with 30 days free subscription service. So you'll have TuneIn, Tesla streaming service, which is similar to Spotify or Apple Music. It's, to me, not as extensive as either of those streaming services. You can't rewind, you can't go back to the previous song, and only goes forward. The AI isn't that sophisticated. I don't know what it's based on, but you can literally use voice command, tell it to play a song, and it will play anywhere between 5 and 10 songs in that genre or era or just music type. It'll go straight without you have to ask anymore, and it gives you a good little playlist, but it's not as extensive as say a Spotify. So you'll get that service. That service gives you 3D maps for your navigation, as opposed to just a 2D map rendering that you see on a lot of GPSs in-car GPSs. So you'll get that, and you get 6 months free supercharging. 6 months. You can't abuse it if you exceed, if you go crazy and they see you exceeding, mileage, like you're driving cross country all the time. They will limit it because they do have that disclaimer in there. But 6 months free supercharging on a Model Y, thousands of dollars off from the MSRP on a colorway that's their most expensive, free subscription service for 30 days. And if you use my referral, you'll get 3 months free self-driving. Guys, this is the end of year or beginning of the year purchase that you want to make, because you'll be looking at $40,000, high 30s, $40,000 for cars that are $52,000 to $54,000 before you add a color or a subscription service to it. So guys, this is the deal for you. And if you stuck it out, definitely do the search. If you're interested, before you pull the trigger, I can get you those 3 months of free self-driving and the 6 months free supercharging deal maker on the Tesla. So if you like what you saw, please, you know what button to press. And if you want to see more contents like this, please hit the subscribe button. Alright, until next time, fam.